Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2019 mid-month general reading. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to everyone, newcomers, first-timers, and welcome back to followers and subscribers. Thanks for taking the time to tune in and for sending in all your support, feedback, and comments. And always a big note of gratitude to all of my clients out there, regular and new clients, for keeping me so occupied with personal readings. And as many of you who follow me know, if you are interested in setting up a personal reading with me, live or recorded, you can get more info and contact details by clicking on the description link below or clicking on the little About button you'll find on my YouTube channel's homepage. I do a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, and I can usually respond to your initial inquiry with more info within the same day or the first 24 hours. And scheduling the actual reading is pretty good too. I do readings full-time 6 days a week. It's all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent at working with both your schedule and mine to get your reading as quickly as possible. So if you're interested, send me an email at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. Okay, let's move right into this reading. This is for the Earth sign of Taurus for the remainder of June 2019. Let's see what the last couple of weeks of June have in store for our beautiful bulls, the Earth sign of Taurus. As many of you know, general readings always resonate a little differently for everybody, and they can't resonate all the time for everyone. So if you know your other signs, your rising sign, moon sign, Venus sign, watch those as well, because it can provide helpful clarification as in addition to watching your sun sign. Okay, Taurus, let's see what's in store for you. We begin with the Three of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Wands, the Nine of Swords, followed by the Page of Pentacles. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy for the last half of June is the Eight of Pentacles. So 3 out of your 5 cards are Pentacles, Taurus, which is your element, Earth element. Earth is the element which governs the suit of Pentacles. And so this suit often represents or manifests in the earthly, concrete areas of our life. Things like money, finance, property, resources, assets, jobs, security, etc. If you could really sum up the energy of Pentacles, it's about the stability and security of the actual structure of our life, or the efforts that we put into maintaining the structure of our life, often the day-to-day structure of our life, or the work and efforts that we put into it. And work is the energy that's showing up for you as your primary focus for the next couple of weeks of June, the last half of June 2019. Your overall energy is the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card about working hard, working in a detail-oriented, dedicated way. It can represent working a lot, getting up early, staying up late, maybe working a lot of overtime, because you're working on building up a foundation for something. This can represent sometimes repetitive work, and maybe working, being more dedicated and working than perhaps some of the other people around you. This can represent your actual 9-to-5 job. It can represent your business, if you own your own business. And for those of you who perhaps don't work a conventional job, it can represent a project that you're working hard at. It can also represent school as well. If you're a student, it can represent learning, studying. When I say work, it really represents whatever it is that you do in the majority of your day-to-day life that supports your day-to-day life, or projects that you get involved in as well. And again, it can be, studying, school as well. So that's the overall energy for the last half of June. Now we have the Three of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. So it looks like for many of you, Taurus, the Earth energy sector of your life is going to be where the majority of your energy and focus is the last half of June. So we have the Three of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. The Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork, collaboration, partnership. The Three of Pentacles represents that you have gotten the people and resources together to begin to start something. On the suit of Pentacles, as with most suits, we begin with the Ace, which is the idea, the beginning, the start, the idea, the beginning of something that has a lot of potential. potential to it. And then in the 2s, we're kind of doing the planning of things. We're at the 3 here, the 3 of Pentacles. This represents gathering all the people and the resources needed to bring together to accomplish this goal, this project, something that you're building or working on. It's a card that represents everybody's ideas and experience and opinions and resources and skills being valuable. No one is more important than the other. This is more of a we card than a me card. Partnership, collaboration. You don't even always have to like everybody that you're working with here, but everybody agrees on one common cause or one common goal, so you're coming together and bringing everything that each person has to contribute in order to create this thing and beginning to see things come together, still very early on in the path. Now, it's accompanied by the Page of Wands. So this is fire energy, passionate, energetic, artistic, creative energy. Pages can represent young people or children, student, apprentices just starting off. The Page of Wands, pages usually represent being at the introductory start of a path because they're just starting off. So this can represent, somebody who is just starting off, very eager. The Page of Wands, because he's governed by the element of fire, can be very impulsive and spontaneous. He's still young yet. He hasn't, matured to the Knight energy or to the King and Queen energy, so it's just starting off. For some of you, you might be working... There's two different things here. Some of you, this is going to be in the work sector of your life or the project sector of your life. For some, it might be a combination of both those things. And for some of you, you are manifesting the energy of the Page of Wands. You're very excited to get going on this new partnership, collaboration, this project, what you're working together with. It's kind of an exciting sort of feeling. For some of you, it might not be work or it could be school as well, because this whole reading has this... Basically what it's saying is that you're entering into a partnership or collaboration or project or some kind with other people. It could be with other students if you're embarking on a course of study or school or something of that sort. I feel like there's a lot of stress and anxiety and worry about whether you or perhaps another person in the group or perhaps a child or young person is going to be able to learn everything they need to learn in order to do the work. I get the feeling that some of you are on a team. Some of you may even be, the Three of Pentacles can represent, leadership of a team or management of a team. You may feel, I feel like there's a lot of stress and anxiety and worry and fear here about how things are going to play out or how they're not going to play out. In terms of either your own skill and potential level or somebody else's skill and potential level. Meaning that if this is just about you in a group or you managing a group, it looks like there's a lot of fear, anxiety. It's unnecessary fear and anxiety too, understandable, but the Nine of Swords usually comes up. It's somewhat illusionary, meaning this is like staying up late at night, worrying, stressing, thinking about something obsessively, trying to foresee what's going to happen in the future and kind of imagining the worst possible outcome. It's too much energy. You can cut this back because it's about making things bigger and worse in your head than is actually in the reality of the situation itself. But some of you may be leading a group or managing a group for the first time and feeling at the beginning like you're a little bit out of your element. Some of you may just be part of a group or a team. And again, you may feel, do I have enough experience? Are people going to listen to what I have to say? Can I really contribute anything of value here? Some of you, it may be about a child or young person. Maybe you have, maybe you're working with some other people to help a child, perhaps someone in school. It could be your child or somebody else's child. Maybe you're working with people together about a child or a young person, or a couple of them, and they might be having problems or difficulties, and there's kind of a team put together to try and help this child or young person as well. And then fear about the future playing out. We have the Nine of Swords with the Page of Pentacles here. So there's too much fear and anxiety about how things will or won't work. And clarified by the Page of Pentacles. This page, again, another page starting out again. This is the Page of Pentacles. He's just at the beginning. of a deeper level of understanding and awareness that the path he is embarking on, he has a lot to learn. He's very eager to do it. He's not as fast-paced as the Page of Wands. He's the fastest because he's governed by the element of fire. The Page of Pentacles is the slowest of all the pages because he's governed by the element of earth. So he's slower moving, he pays more attention to detail, but he's just at the beginning of kind of understanding that there's a lot more to how this is actually going to work together and how much he needs to learn in order to accomplish this. And this is clarifying the Nine of Swords. So all the stress, anxiety, and worry is about, for some of you, whether or not you're going to be able to learn everything that you need to learn and acquire all the skills you need to in order to accomplish whatever the purpose of this project or partnership team that you're involved in. But there's too much. I feel like, however, the details and specifics vary in this reading because it's going to, depending on who's watching and how this resonates. For some of you, it's going to be a scholastic matter with your child or somebody else's child or children. Some of you, this is going to be you yourself in a course of study, going to school. Do I have what it takes? Oh my gosh, there's so much to learn, and no, am I out of my element here? Have I bitten off more than I can chew? For others of you, it's a team or partnership, maybe in the community or within your work, and maybe some of you are put in a position of management or leadership for the first time. Because I feel like for the majority of you, these two pages together, these two pages are clarifying this team and this stress about it. And it feels more like insecurities and fear. You're kind of excited and eager, but at the same time, you're seeing, oh my gosh, there's all of this. Now I'm really getting an idea of what it's actually going to take to accomplish this and things I need to learn and pull together and everything like that. And there's a lot of stress and anxiety because of that, and you're working really hard on this. So, there's, the only real negative or challenging card is the Nine of Swords, and that's somewhat illusionary because swords is air energy, and the air energy of the suit of swords in the tarot reflects the energy that's in our head, our thoughts, our ideas, our words, our belief systems and ideologies, and how that affects the way that we see and relate and communicate to the world at large. So even though the source of your fear may be valid and understandable, the Nine of Swords usually comes up when you're making it worse in your head than it actually really needs to be. So, take a bath, open a bottle of wine, maybe not at the same time. We don't want to fall asleep drinking in the bathtub. But you know what I mean. It's too much stress and anxiety. You're making it worse than it actually needs to be or is. You may be at the beginning, you or the other person may be at the beginning of a path. But I think with this much hard work and dedication, all will be well. Some things happen quite quickly and quite easily, and some things you just have to put one foot in front of the other until they're done, and this kind of looks like one of those things. Usually when we start something new, we're only in the position of the page once, because we all start out there. Even Mozart started off there. He just progressed a little faster than most. All right, let's pull one final guidance and advice card for you, Taurus, to see how best to navigate through this, at least for this time period, the last half of June. Advice and guidance for Taurus. The Knight of Pentacles. Excellent advice, and your fourth Pentacles card. So this is really just about details and the work and the effort that you put into it. Here's the Knight of Pentacles. Knights get things done. They are the deliverers, the gardeners, the guardians, the gardeners. Maybe there's a lot of green in here. They are the guardians of the tarot, the deliverers, the bringers. They usually represent offers and opportunities, and they also represent the speed at which, or can represent the speed at which situations move. So the Knight of Pentacles, since he's governed by Earth, he's the slowest of all of his other three brother knights. The Knight of Wands being the fastest, the Knight of Cups being the most mercurial because he's water, the Knight of Swords is that intellectual. Knights all move pretty fast, but the Knight of Pentacles is slowest because he's the element of Earth. But he is also the most detail-oriented. He will accomplish his mission and quest, and so will you. But the way he does it by covering his ground very carefully. He doesn't just charge forward impulsively and quickly like the Knight of Wands might, for instance. But he covers every detail. He gets all the work done. He doesn't make mistakes or cut corners at all. It's putting one foot in front of the other until his mission, his quest is accomplished. And it also represents that the speed at which this will move will be regular and dependable, steady, reliable, but detail oriented. So no rushing, no impulsive, spontaneous energy. This is the way that you're going to accomplish it. And the advice is to manifest the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, to be the Knight of Pentacles, which I think, Taurus being an earth sign already, this is one of your inherent character traits anyway. So slow and steady does it. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and don't allow this energy of the Nine of Swords to get you down. We want to actually throw this out the window. It's not necessary. Okay, Taurus, that pretty much wraps up your June 2019 mid-month reading. We'll see you all in a couple of weeks for the July 2019 readings. And if any of you are interested in scheduling a personal reading with me, you can click on the description link below or the About button you'll find on my YouTube channel's homepage. Email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I do love and romance readings, relationship compatibility charting, career, work, and finance, investment readings, gift readings. And I also offer 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life in all the main areas over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look, as well as a variety of other things. So if you're interested, send me an email and I'll get you some more information out and we'll set something up for you. So see you in a couple of weeks, Taurus. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.